on the live stream. I can't help it, y'all. Y'all have to come back on the rewatch. I just got a call that the guys are coming to put those glass doors into the walk-in shower here soon, and so I didn't want all the racket, so I'm going to get what I want to say out of the way before opening statements in the Donna Adelson trial begins. They're finishing up all of that as we speak, and I just want to say a few things before we get into this whole trial of Donna Adelson, and that is July the 18th of this year has been 11 years, y'all, since Dan Markell was murdered in his garage in his own abode there. Okay, 11 years. You know, they say justice, the wheels of justice turn slowly. Well, 11 years is 11 years. And you've got 4 people that's already been convicted, namely Charlie Adelson. Hello, Hope Grace, Justice Jane, Fancy Nancy. Sorry, y'all, but the guys are coming to put those glass doors into my walk-in shower. And for those that were interested, I'll let you see the process completed and all of that. You'll see the finished product. But let's get back to Donna Adelson, because I don't have a whole lot of time. The bottom line is this. It's been 11 years. I want to get some justice through understanding. I know many of you do, and some of y'all are just along for the ride. Well, here's the deal. Does the ones that have been keeping track of the Donna Adelson saga here remember her Arthur hearing? If you don't know what an Arthur hearing is, an Arthur hearing, also known as a bond hearing or a pretrial release hearing, is a court proceeding in Florida where a judge determines if someone arrested for a non-bondable offense can be released on bail before their trial. The purpose is to allow the defendants to argue for release, even if their charges initially make them ineligible for bail. A while back, y'all remember, she talked about her health problems. By the way, she talked about how her left arm was shooting pain and all this and that. But I looked back through all of her, where she showed up, she never had a problem with that arm. And in fact, here in the last day or so, she's been writing notes. Yes, she's a right-handed woman, but she ain't over there hurting in her damn arm. She ain't hurting in her arm. She talk about sciatic nerve and how they didn't want to give her what she wanted while she's sitting in jail fixing to go on trial for murdering Dan Markell. Well, I'll tell you what, she might as well be asking for, the freaking acupuncture or any of this la-di-da stuff that nobody else gets to have. Give me a break. But back to the Arthur hearing. Her defense, they talked about, she's got the health problems. She's been threatened. Some woman came into the bathroom while Donna was in the shower and ran her hand down Donna's back there. And Donna said, stop it. Give me a break. If that woman, in fact, did put her hand down Donna's back, I bet it dang made Donna feel more like a woman than she'd felt for years with Harvey. I mean, come on. And then this whole thing about, I was sitting there brushing my teeth, and this woman came in there, and she jerked my arm, like Uncle, y'all. Oh, I didn't know it could go back that far, and told me I was going to give her commissary, and all of this stuff. I cut myself on a washing machine, and they didn't give me a Band-Aid for 2 days, and I had to use a sanitary napkin and all this bullshit, right? And then what did the state in an Arthur hearing for Donna Adelson, what did they have to provide? And I'm getting to my point here. My point is the state there had to turn in to Judge Everett the evidence that showed, hey, this woman does not need to be out on bond. And here is evidence that, in fact, y'all, they'll use in this trial. There were 7 things that were listed, and I want to go over those with you because you're going to hear it again, and you're going to say, yeah, okay, Jay covered it. Number 1, the state's evidence that they turned in to Judge Everett at Donna's Arthur hearing, which of course she didn't get bonded out, was the probable cause affidavit. We went over that way back. We did. KJ read it into the record and all that. Damning, probable cause there, y'all. And so they turned that in. Then there was number 2, a transcript of Charlie Adelson's trial. Y'all, could you imagine the transcript and every damn thing? Judge Everett probably, would have to spend a long time going through that transcript. But if he really, knowing Judge Everett is smart and intelligent and unbiased as he is, he probably goes straight to Charlie Adelson's testimony, where Charlie talks about, yes, my mother knew about the extortion, which was a crock of shit that the jury didn't buy. But yes, it's the probable cause affidavit, the transcript of Charlie's trial, and number 3, y'all turn them ears on because you're going to hear it again, the PDF of slides by Chris Corbett of only, and this was what the state attorney said at this Arthur here, she said, only Donna and Harvey's travel on July 18th of 2014. And this is concerning where Donna says, we're almost, I'm outside your house there. And Charlie says, I'm 10 minutes out. He said in his trial on cross-examination by Georgia Kappelman, he said, oh, well, I'm talking about you should check the phones for GPS and this and that. Well, right here is a PDF, y'all, of Chris Corbett gonna show it to the jury here in Donna's trial exactly where Harvey and Donna was the day that Dan Markell was murdered, because Donna was so giddy. She wanted to get in that vehicle, travel to Tallahassee, and bring Wendy home. Wasn't that the whole purpose? Then you got an open line call with Charlie, Donna and Charlie talking, that open line call. We've already talked about it, but that's going to be very interesting because the next piece of evidence is not only, well, it's the recording, and now the next piece of evidence is the actual transcript of that call, where Donna's talking about going to non-extradition countries and she'd rather die and yada, 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 which does, for a woman who got on the stand in her Arthur hearing and said, we just wanted to go to Vietnam for some peace. We didn't want to didn't want to get stuck in a jail, and we wanted to come back on our terms and all of this and that. The bottom line is that's in evidence that gave Judge Everett pause there to say no bond for Donna Adelson. Remember, y'all, the prosecutor in the Arthur hearing had to present evidence to show how guilty this woman really was. Okay, so they're going to include in an Arthur hearing to Judge Everett, everything is damning as hell, okay, and will be seen again in this trial. Then we get to number 6, a chat that Donna had with Vietnam Visa. Georgia Kappelman said at that Arthur hearing, she said that when Donna started going on the WhatsApp with Vietnam Visa, she was told by Vietnam Visa that their app was encrypted, and it made Donna feel like she could say anything on that WhatsApp. Well, guess what she said? She told them she wanted a emergency visa, a fast-track visa. And guess when she asked for it? The day after Charlie was convicted of murdering Dan Markell. The day after. She wanted a fast-track visa. She wanted it to be an emergency. And Georgia Kappelman said in the Arthur, she said, Donna kept on them and on them as days went by. Where's my visa? Where's my visa? So, yes, that's damning as hell. And then here we go. How about the WhatsApp? You want to know, y'all. Do you want to know the mindset of Charlie Adelson and his mother? Their sick, twisted, toxic relationship about Dan Markell? And the fact that they thought they got away with murdering him. Here it is, y'all. Evidence. WhatsApp excerpts between Charlie and Donna. And they're talking about, this is in a few months after the murder. They're on a WhatsApp talking about different theories of how Dan Markell, who the killer was and everything. Could it have been a coke dealer? Could it have been a drug dealer that got bad at Dan Markel, and Dan Markel must have been doing coke or stuff like that? But what's interesting about it, it's outrageous, first of all, for them to even be talking that way. But you almost want to say they're saying it because they both know they think they got away with it. They're just laughing basically within themselves. Well, it could have been a coke dealer. Dan might have been doing cocaine and all that. But what is interesting about those WhatsApp excerpts is they don't sit there and talk about the extortion at all. They're throwing out theories that have nothing to do with extortion whatsoever. And any juror in their right mind is going to go, why would they be throwing around these theories? I'll tell you why they were throwing around the theories is because it made them feel good to talk about it like that. They didn't want to say anything good or in regards of Dan Markel after they got away with it. They're trying to soothe their own conscience by kidding around with each other about Dan Markel probably got taken out by a cocaine dealer. But they never say anything about extortion. They don't use code talk to talk about this so-called extortion. They don't talk about none of that. And that's really going to be something the jurors are going to absolutely have to really think about there. And then finally, we've got the eighth piece of the state's evidence, which is pretty much, to me, one of the most important aspects of this whole case, and that was the Markel family's letter to the judge about, please do not let this woman out on bond. Okay? And I don't think that letter has been released, but it will eventually. It will be interesting to, I guess, look at that and see where their mind was. They're heartbroken, they're hurt. They can't believe that this woman is getting an Arthur hearing, that she could possibly get out on bond. She wants to get out so bad. She would get up on the stand and lie through her teeth about all kind of shit and say, woe is me, poor me. I'm being hit on in the showers. I'm being, extorted in jail for commissary. All this stuff. But back then, guess what? There wasn't no talk that anybody knew of about what was really going on in the jail. And I'll tell you what was going on in the jail. Donna was trying to mess with potential witnesses. And that's going to come out because they did an investigation on it. And, it's been said, well, she hasn't been charged with tampering with witnesses and all that. Well, the state probably doesn't want to charge it just because they want to show her mens rea, her way of thinking, and really to go to a healthy inference that this woman is guilty as hell and is willing to do whatever it takes to get out of her culpability in the murder of Dan Markel. How many times have we seen these criminal people who are sitting waiting on trials go and try to, take a hit out on a witness or try to mess with a witness or something like that? Well, Donna Adelson thought she was going to get away with it. She probably, and this is just an opinion, alleged, she probably was able to use her attorney's phone to talk to Harvey about things that wouldn't be recorded in the jail. But ultimately, there was enough there for the state to investigate it. It was enough there that Judge Everett ordered these potential people that, we're talking about she's trying to pay for testimony to sit for depositions in narrowly talking about this issue and nothing else. So he had to see what it was before he would say, yes, they can sit down for a deposition. So that's going to come out as well. But back to this thing about the What's Up app excerpts between Charlie and Donna, that got lost a little bit in all of this. The fact that Donna and Charlie are sitting on an app that they think is encrypted and that no one's ever going to get the whatever they're talking about on that, and they're in there dogging out Dan Markel after his murder, saying he was doing cocaine and all this and that. I'd like to see Donna get on the stand and explain those statements. There are so many things that Donna has no answer for. Pretty much. I mean, her answer to Georgia Cappleman in her Arthur hearing about why, she wanted to go to Vietnam and stuff like that. I mean, just for her to say that we just wanted peace and all that. Well, if she wanted peace, why in the hell? The day after Charlie is convicted, you're applying for emergency visa, freaking fast track visa. Boy, you wanted that piece real quick. But then again, Donna Adelson's used to that instant gratification shit now, isn't she? Isn't she? Hi, Tina Reddington. I hadn't seen you in a while. How are you? Sam Willis says, just got out of the shower. My cat got in with me, but no one hit on me. Oh, I hadn't seen you in a while, Tina Reddington. I've been wondering where you are at. I'm sure you've got things going on, huh? Leanne Forsberg said, Charlie would be a dangerous witness, liar, storyteller. Oh, yeah. Well, see, Charlie is in a predicament, don't you know, Leanne? He's already testified under oath in his own trial. He can't veer from that testimony. And so if Donna's trying to say that she would have to say her son lied to her and told her that he was being extorted. She would have to say that he lied about that because the jury didn't believe that he gotten extorted. So the only thing I'm thinking, and again, y'all, I still believe Donna Adelson is not going on the stand. I would love for her to go on the stand. But the bottom line is I think that she will not, she cannot, she's got no answers for some of this damning stuff. She just doesn't. Nothing that's going to fly with a jury anyway. Let's see. Hope Grace says she is going to physically die if found guilty. Her jail offenses are going to hurt her case. Most definitely. Exactly. Imagine the talk going on in the jail with all the witnesses housed there, says Easy Day. That's interesting. Catherine McBanawal, Luis Rivera, and Charlie Adelson. I think Charlie is not going to testify before if Donna was to testify. I think the state has got Charlie back there waiting for a rebuttal case if Donna comes on the stand and says anything other than what Charlie can't go on the stand and say, I lied in my last trial because he's in a predicament where he's in an appeals process. So they've got Charlie Adelson by the balls. And Donna as well, by the way. And did any of y'all catch that picture? I'll post it on the community wall. First day of jury selection, they got a picture of Harvey Adelson doing this. He's waving at the camera and he's smiling and all that. Y'all, Harvey's never going to get arrested. Wendy, perhaps. I've heard all kinds of attorneys online talking about there's a very big possibility that Wendy Adelson would be arrested if Donna is convicted. Hope Grace says, what about her jailhouse daughter? Well, I'll tell you what, Hope Grace, how much does the state need in order to convict Donna Adelson? Like, for instance, yesterday, Georgia Cappleman asked Judge Everett about this, whether they could introduce evidence about Wendy changing the children's last names to Adelson. And the judge asked her, said, well, why would you want to do that? And she said, because it's our contention that they were trying to erase Dan Markell from the children's lives. And I'm thinking he would have to weigh that. Is that too prejudicial? Does it look too prejudicial? Or is it really relatable? Is it something relevant? He hasn't at all ruled on any of these pending motions today. I don't know. He said he would take them under advisement and all this and that. I'm thinking that he might be waiting until that situation arises and there's an objection about it. Then he would deal with it then. Sam Willow says the jailhouse daughter, haven't heard about her. Okay, this is a woman that was in jail with her. There's been some talk that she was asked to do messages through Donna for this woman to talk to Harvey on a different pen and all of that. Hi, Janet Mosier. So anyway, back to this. Wonder how many days Donna and Miss Jackie will dress alike. Well, I'll tell you what, Izzy. She's in a cream-colored sweater today. I even got a picture of her to put it on the community wall. This, let me tell you what, y'all. If you recall when she was arrested at the airport, oh, skinny Donna in her little Nike, her little sports suit there, her little warm-up suit, everything matched. Her hair was dyed. She's trying to look younger than she is and all that. I guarantee you they got her dressing in these ugly ass. One day it was a blue one. The next is a pink one with a black older sweater jacket thing to try to make her look like grandma, which she is a grandma. They want pity on Donna. That's what they want. If Donna had her way, she'd be dressed to the nines, trying to act a different age than she is. So, I mean, they've got her dressed looking pretty much like old Granny, okay? And by the way, when I did the captioning thing on the first one, the second one where Donna's like doing this, I didn't notice it, but one of y'all had put in the comments. I did read all the comments. I loved them all, but I didn't notice it in the picture. But if you look, it said, see no evil. Hear no evil. And you can see to the left of her, the woman's got her hand up to one of her ears, kind of, sort of. It's not like she's doing this. But then Donna's doing this. And then the other person has got her hands up to her. It's speak no evil, hear no evil. Hear no evil. One of them is just sitting there with no words coming out of their mouth. Then Donna's in her eyes. And then the other one's over here with her hands up to her ears. So if you really look at it, I can see where they... It's funny as hell. It is. Fancy Nancy says, I think the headphones are to make her look hard of hearing. See, hear, and speak. That's right, Sam Willow. Well, I'll tell you what. The jury is going to hear evil. They're going to hear it on them wiretaps. They're going to hear it on all of that. If Donna testifies, they're going to hear evil. They're going to see the evidence. They're going to see it. They're going to see the evil, diabolical nature of the Adelson family trying to have their way over a couple of hour drive from Tallahassee down to South Beach. And then speak, hear, and see. They're going to see it all. They're going to know what it's all about. It's been over 11 years. 11 years. It's time. It's time the Markells move on. I don't know if they're going to arrest Wendy, but I think the Markells could be okay if it was just Donna and that's the end of it. Then Harvey can live out his life. Maybe he could find him a coochie cooch. Enjoy, maybe take some other woman to Vietnam, Harvey looks pretty happy considering that Donna's been sitting in jail. He's sitting there doing this, smiling at everybody. If my spouse was on trial for murder, would I be doing that? No. And Harvey Adelson should know better than that. But it just goes to show you that he probably has gotten a break for the first time in his damn life. And Donna might actually know what sexual feelings and arousal and passion and all that will happen once she's spending the rest of her life in a woman's prison. She might actually find something that actually feels good to her, Hey, Merle. So anyway, they are talking about opening statements could happen by this afternoon, okay? Fancy Nancy, what's the latest? You usually have the latest. And by the way, Fancy Nancy, Thank you so much for all the times that you put in the comments, updates on things just to keep OKJ knowing what's going on because I don't sit online all the time and neither do you, I'm sure, because Daddy keeps you busy. But thank you so much for alerting me or anyone else that alerts me of any latest news of anything. And by the way, while we're talking about the latest news, that freaking hooker, that hooker's dang mugshot, that's disgusting. You know what? They've been talking about all this publicity around all these inmates in Idaho about Brian Koberger and how they all want to eat his butt and all this other stuff. I want to hear something from these the women's prison there. I want them to get pissed off as hell at the damn hooker and start dang threatening her. See how she likes it. Miss freaking lowercase g. She can kiss my country ass. I hope she absolutely has the most terrible time in her life. WhatsApp dating site. I think WhatsApp is. I don't think that WhatsApp is a dating site. WhatsApp is just a. It's an app that you can. I think it's a lot like Snapchat. Correct me if I'm wrong. They think that no one's going to be able to see that. Everything can be seen. Hi, MM. Well, thank you, Thumb the Mom. Leanne Forsberg says, I'm just kidding. Oh, Grace says, she is the Joker. Scary. Do y'all notice, ever since we started looking at her mugshots, we've always had an opinion, but, you know, hey, I'm just going to give mine. It does not matter if the woman went like this. It's always a frown. Y'all ever notice that? I mean, I know I got stuff here and here and here. I mean, right here, I guess that could be considered a great big double chin, big, huge dimple there. Meryl Melville says, WhatsApp is incredible. Here in South Africa, people run their business using WhatsApp. Well, thank you for sharing that, Meryl. Cindy Bullock says, JoJo, you're so right about that. She fits the part. JoJo says she looks like the Joker. I'm a joker. I'm a smoker. I'm a midnight hooker. I get my loving on the run. Yeah. Hey, I watched this thing earlier, y'all, where somebody had put on Instagram a video clip of Donna in the back of that dang transport vehicle where she, was acting and everything, and it says she's so fake, and it had this country song that said, "Woe is me, woe is me." I forgot who the artist was, but when I think of Donna, I think of doom, despair, and agony on me. Deep, dark depression, excessive misery. If it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. Doom, despair, and agony on me. Jason Big Meat says, I wish I could throw a tomato for that horrible singing. Well, I'll tell you what. If you threw a tomato at me, I'd probably catch it, wash it real good. Hopefully you haven't injected it with poison. And I would slice it, put it on some bread with maybe a hamburger or even a tomato sandwich with mayo. Folks, the bottom line is OKJ sings because it makes me happy. It doesn't mean I'm a good singer. I don't care if I'm a good singer. How about that? Try that on for size. You think you can do better? Go for it. Go for it. And even if you didn't sound good, you know what OKJ would be like? That is expression. And expression is a good thing, regardless. Michelle Flanagan says, I love you singing. JoJo says, we country girls love tomatoes and to sing. Y'all, for all this time, It's not just on the live streams. KJ has spent a large amount of time. I know some of y'all probably noticed on earlier vids and stuff. I just turned all the comments off because people are very, very just pathetic. You know, I've had to deal with all the attacks for so long. It's just gotten so funny. Really, it really has. Fancy Nancy says, JoJo, I even like singing tomatoes. We enjoy this channel. If you don't, you can find something you enjoy. That's right, Sam Willow. And did you get your package yet, Sam Willow? Just curious. I sent some packages out. I'm having to do it in increments because there is a lot of mail. Did you get yours? Was everything okay? I'm just curious. I like a broiled tomato and cheese sandwich, says Sam Willow. Did you get your package, Sam Willow? Yes or no? Just put it in the comments. Well, you should get it if you gave me the right address. I hope you got it. Or will get it. Because I really, I think you'll understand why I want you to receive that. Oh, Grace says trolls being trolls. Hopefully you'll get it. You better get it. But anyway, so just remember that in opening statements, this goes without saying, it's common sense. We're going to hear what the defense, Fulford there, and this other attorney are going to say is Donna's defense. They're going to say whether Donna knew something or didn't know something. We're going to get it. And then also in the opening statement for the prosecution, Georgia Kappelman, she's probably going to lay out what they're going to hear. And I guarantee you she's going to bring up some things that we know nothing about that's going to blow Donna even more out of the water. Hi, Lena Howery. Hi, Just Me. Sam Willis says, there's a 6-year-old that gets my mail for me, and sometimes that doesn't go well, so I'll look today. Okay, Sam Willow. That's interesting. You got a 6-year-old who brings you the mail? How sweet is that? A little courier. How sweet. Do they bring it in a cute little red wagon up to your house? I wish I had somebody walk all the way to the end of my driveway and get my mail for me. But it is a good thing that Opie, I can put him on a leash and give him another walk and go all the way down to the mailbox here and all that. He's a sweetie, says Sam Willow. Let's get a shout out for Hugh Janice. Hugh Janice. Who Janice? Just Me says, Opie is sweet. Yeah, he is. He's a good dog. I just had to take him to get his I don't know if I'm saying this right, his Bortella. It's for kennel cough. It's just a preventative thing. Had to go take him this morning to do that. We just got back from the lake yesterday, as a matter of fact. We usually stay till Friday, but we got back because the people are bringing in the glass doors for the walk-in shower, and we have to be here. So it's one thing after another. And they should be here any time now. Around noon, they said. So, any closing thoughts from any of y'all on what you feel like is really going to be the most exciting part, or at least for you to get some justice through understanding part of the evidence that was in Charlie's trial or any of the past trials against Luis Rivera or Sigfredo Garcia, Catherine McBenoit, any of that, anything that you feel like that to you is going to be the nail in the coffin for Donna. Anybody want to share? I want to give you the opportunity to talk about what your theories or what you think is important in this trial. My mailbox is about 400 yards away, but it's in the little one's yard, so he likes the popsicles I give him for bringing it. How sweet. Hi, Sugar Magnolia. How are you? We're getting ready for Donna Adelson, all right? Hey, and by the way, y'all, during this trial, old KJ has made a decision. I ordered a gray wig. It should be here by Saturday anyway. So beginning of next week, look for some satirical nonsense from Donna Adelson as it relates to what we find out every day of the trial. And it might not be a whole lot that we will discuss after court's out for the day, but I am looking forward to going through all this with y'all to get a little justice through understanding. I've been watching on TV, but couldn't find my phone, says Sugar Magnolia. I hope Donna feels the obscenity of what she did. She destroyed a lot of lives, says Sam Willow. Exactly. What's interesting, and it happens time and time again, Sam Willow, these people, they just will do anything to get out of their culpability. And in this case, I'm sure Donna thinks that her money is going to get her out of trouble. But this is one time that she can't spend her way out of the responsibility of what she's done. Sugar Magnolia says, I have menopause brain again. The calls and the one-way ticket, not to mention her in-house hit threats, says Hope Grace. There you go. The calls and the one-way ticket. Can you imagine any juror believing her excuse? In her Arthur hearing, she testified under oath that her and Harvey were just wanting to get away. They were just trying to get some peace. You know, the day after Charlie is convicted. And here she is, wanting that fast track visa. You know, how many people are going to be able to get all that, you know? Just Me says, anything to win, those poor kids. And the emails with Wendy, says Liam Forsberg. Yes, Liam Forsberg, some would say that those emails, they're not exactly saying in there, let's kill Dan or anything like that. But when you're talking about the $1 million deal, you're talking about her contempt for Dan Markel, how much she hated him and all that. And by the way, I guess Wendy's going to stick to her original testimony there for the state. She ain't got to worry about immunity with, you know, when the state of Florida says that Wendy and Harvey are unindicted conspirators, does that not hearken to y'all with Idaho, with the hooker and that asshole Chad Daybell? I mean, these people, it's like, yeah, y'all are involved, but we want to get the bigger fish. Well, what about the little fish? Because without the little fish, the big fish can't do shit, okay? So, yeah, like Melanie Pulaski, exactly. Is it true Wendy won't let Nan's family see the kids? Well, Fancy Nancy, it's my understanding that they passed the law, the Markel law there, that gives grandparents rights. And I think Wendy, you know, she can do what she does. If she can get away with her kids, I mean, they were like, in Charlie's trial, they were like 12 and 14 years of age. That was back in 2023. So, you know, sooner or later, they're going to become adults. And what is Wendy going to do? She already brainwashed her kids that the Markel family's bad people, that it wasn't the Markel family that indicted and charged and convicted these children's uncle or the grandmother there. The Markel family are victims in all of this. Their son is dead. And it's just sad. JoJo says that Donna tells on herself over and over. Yeah, Donna's got this tunnel vision. And y'all, what's interesting about it all, don't you find it just a little coincidental that Donna Adelson and Lori Hooker Daybell both went on the Wheel of Fortune? Is there something, I mean, is that just crazy? Or, I mean, or is OKJ just, is that really? I mean, what is it? I mean, I wouldn't have been surprised if Donna would have been in a freaking pageant. But it's just weird. It's just weird. Just Me says alienated Dan's family. Oh, yeah, exactly. So, anyway, we're going to get together. If there is any major bombshell stuff in the opening statements, if they're this afternoon, maybe they'll start in the morning. Who knows? But they're saying that the opening statements could happen today. If there's anything bombshell, OKJ will get with y'all later this evening to vent it out, to talk a little justice through understanding. And I just want to thank each and every one of y'all for taking time out of your life to be here. You know how much I love and care about each and every one of you. This community means so much to me. I don't have all the answers. I don't have all the graphics, and I don't have all the brightness and all that crap that these other channels have, but I do have reality. And justice through understanding means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. And I guarantee you this, I don't care who's out there. The bottom line is go get your information from any and all sources. Surviving the Survivors, a good source. Go to them. I know they did something with Vinnie Politan earlier, I think yesterday or today. It might have been yesterday. But I guarantee you this, can't nobody put on the Donna Adelson like old KJ and my satirical nonsenses. And it's a way to open up the minds of people to do what, y'all? To think. Some people take in their information, whether it's global, linear. Some people like to see it. Some people like to read it. And some people just like to hear an old country girl make an ass of myself. But if it opens up that line of discovery, if it helps you to get a little justice through understanding, OKJ's going to do it. It's not up to me to convince anyone of anything. But what I will say is this. You are the only you're ever going to be. And I am very grateful and blessed that you are joining on this channel for the Donna Adelson case. I love you all, and I want the ones that have wrote me back to give me ideas for this channel. I want you to know I'm seriously taking it all down, considering it, and all of that. So anyway, y'all have a great day. Leave your comments after this. If you hear of anything during opening statements or anything that you want to add, you can go to the community wall under any of the Donna Adelson pictures that I put in there. I read every comment and we'll apply them to any future live stream to make sure your voice is heard on here. Jojo says, did you watch the clip of her on her wheel, KJ? Her accent surprised me. I hadn't heard her talk much, I guess. On the wheel, KJ. On the wheel? I don't understand what you mean by that. Are you talking about in the back of that transport vehicle? Oh, Wheel of Fortune. Oh, duh. Pew. She was younger then. So I don't know. All I know is now she's got, Charlie, I just can't believe it. She's got more of this, my shit don't stink kind of talking. Shell of Fortine says. Shell of Fortine says Samuel. I would like the letter C. Oh, I know the answer. Conviction. I would like the letter G. Oh, and a Y. Oh, that's guilty. Oh, it's a 4-letter word. It begins with an L and ends in an R. Liar. And finally, Donna Adelson turns the letters of her own trial into the fact that this woman is diabolical over a freaking 2-hour drive. She dehumanized Dan Markel. She didn't give a shit about his rights as a father, as a human being. You know, she can turn those damn letters till she rots. That's the way I look at it. Because if she didn't have any compassion, empathy, or anything like that for Dan Markel, and she was able to think money could be thrown at the situation and get him out of the way, well, I have no empathy or sympathy. Okay? I know I should sympathize and have compassion on this woman or any of these other damn evil ass people that want to go around killing people for stupid ass reasons. I should dang show the opposite of it. And maybe one day I'll get there, but right now I'm madder than hell about the whole thing. So there you go. And by the way, Just Me says it too. This wasn't about just throw money at it. She made fun of the Christian religion. She herself doesn't know her ass from the hole in the ground on any of it. All it's about is pissing people off and trying to have the upper hand. She thought she could organize all of this. Charlie would have never paid those hitmen had it not been Donna's whole thing. That's what she wanted to do. Charlie wouldn't have went behind Donna's back. He talked to her at least 2 or 3 times a day, every day. That was his testimony. That ain't KJ. So they were at the hip. It was an unnatural family dynamic. I'm all for a clan, a family, a tribe, whatever. Being close and close-knit and being there for one another. But when it comes to wanting to lash out and do criminality and hurt other people and create and do crimes and kill people and all that stuff, if that's what comes out of that family, then they can kiss my country ass. That's not good. That's not a family of love anyway. And that to me is what family is, whether you're related or not. You've got people that you consider family, that are family. They love each other. And the way they treat people outside of that family matters a lot. Because you need to treat people with love and respect. If you don't respect people, don't be hateful. Just don't have an opinion. Just go on with your life. But for goodness sake, you don't hire somebody to murder somebody just because you want your grandchildren around and you feel like you got a cot of Wendy. JoJo says, Dan seemed very nice. It broke my heart listening to his poor mom tell the story years ago. That's so sad. And for those that didn't get to read Ruth Markel's book about this whole experience, y'all, it's been 11 years. I read out every word of her book in the video section of this channel. And maybe I wasn't the best book reader, but I did my best. If you want to get caught up on that, you're welcome to do it. So anyway, I'm going to get off here because these guys are going to show up any minute. I will post a short on the finished product of the walk-in shower because some of y'all are interested in that. And I appreciate y'all giving me, support about that and all that. But I do love you. We will talk later on tonight if opening statements commence sometime today. If not, we'll get together. So anyway, I love you all. Thank you, Just Me and Fancy Nancy. And who else was on here that was, I guess it was y'all two doing the modding. Sugar Magnolia, glad to see you again. JoJo, Cindy Bullock, thank you. You have a great day too. Liam Forsberg, love you. Alex Clark, God help the man that hitched his wagon into this nut job. God helped the man that hitched his wagon into this nut job. Poor Harvey, right? Poor Harvey. Kathy Benedero, hello. Tina Reddington, I'm so glad you're back to visit. Lena Howery, Sam Willow, thank you. Melville, good to see you again. And all to the rest of y'all. You know how much I care. Hope, Grace, thank you. All of y'all for being here and modding and just being a good friend to OKJ. We'll get back together soon. Thank y'all so much for being here on such short notice. And as always, justice through understanding, y'all. Keep on looking.